Hello Aquarius and welcome to June 2023 astrology forecast. Now this video is for Sun, Moon, Rising Aquarius. If you'd like to book a reading, there'll be a link down below as well as a link for appreciation of these videos. Now June is not as intense as May was. No Mercury retrograde, and also we do have no eclipse season, right? That's done and dusted. All was in May. Lots of transformation, upheaval in the month of May. Now in June, things stabilize a bit, but we do have some transformations that are happening. So Aquarius, the month starts out on the 3rd with a beautiful full moon in your 11th house. And this is about you releasing from, you might all of a sudden feel disconnected from the people that you socialize with, friendships, colleagues, maybe a group that you joined a hobby with. You're now realizing that you want to connect with people that get you more on a soul level, and you're disconnecting so much from the social connections that you have for yourself, and also you're readjusting your future vision and goals you have for yourself. On the 5th, Venus will move for you into your 7th house, and this is important. Venus will be in your 7th house until October of 2023, okay, because we have a Venus retrograde. In July, Venus will retrograde on the 22nd, right? So that's when the actual retrograde starts. On the 19th of June, we start the pre-shadow period. But before then, Venus, when it's direct before the 19th, will be giving love and connection. This is if you're single, you might meet someone. If you're in an existing relationship, you're connecting more. Love is coming to you, you coming to them. And it doesn't only have to be about love. This is where you professionally, you're having great connections, friendships, great connections. All these connections are coming through. And then the Venus retrograde happens. Well, the pre-shadow period happens, and the pre-shadow period is the period where Venus is starting to slow down, and then the day that Venus actually goes retrograde will stop, and then it goes retrograde. Okay, so this is the pre-shadow period. Venus retrogrades are known for conflict within relationships. This is when all of a sudden we need to reevaluate our relationships. Conflict when it comes to what we value within relationships, and especially for you, because Venus is happening in your 7th house. This makes contracts, relationships, connections to others very challenging during this time. So be aware of that. Don't get into any new contracts. Watch if it's something that's been pre-existing before the retrograde, okay, but during the Venus retrograde time, it can be pretty tricky. Venus is retrograde in the sign of Leo, which is opposite you, Aquarius, which means that your relationships can become very dramatic, right? Your connections and even with others, they become very standoffish and very dramatic. So be aware of that. But this only starts with the pre-shadow period on the 19th. And you'll be working on how do you set boundaries within your relationships. What is acceptable, what is unacceptable, what do you share, what do you not share. You are basically reestablishing the boundaries within your connections to others. Relationships can come to an end. Breakups can happen during a Venus retrograde in the 7th house. This is where people don't want to talk to you no more, want to connect to you. You might even find that others are taking longer to connect to you at this time. That's because of the slowdown happening already on the 19th of June. Now, on the 11th of June, Pluto is retrograde, and it's been in Aquarius for the past 3 months. But on the 11th of June, Pluto now will be in Capricorn, retrogrades into Capricorn. And this is your 12th house of hidden enemies, secrets, letting go, emotional stuff, deep healing. So you'll be healing from that point until January of 2024. So that's a period there. You're basically going through this transformation of healing, letting go, releasing, closing out chapters, especially with Pluto now in the 12th house. You might be feeling sleepy, exhausted, needing rest. And Venus retrograde doesn't help you, especially with the pre-shadow period that's coming up. It's where you're needing a lot of time for self and time alone, and you're feeling like disconnecting. Pluto is about power plays and power dynamics, manipulation, deceit, deception, all from forces that the 12th house is hidden enemies, people that we're unaware of. And because it's in retrograde now, it might just come to light and you're much aware of it. This has been happening since 2008. You've had the time to work with Pluto in the 12th. Okay, it just went into your sign for 3 months of this year, but it's now re-entering. You need to reassess on what you've learned since 2008 and now implement it going forward, because Pluto is wrapping up its cycle in your 12th house. On the 17th, 18th, we have a beautiful new moon, and this will be taking place in your 5th house of romance, fun, and pleasure, and having enjoyment with your life. If you're working on any creative projects, you most definitely can do so. But fun, pleasure, having a good time, romance, bringing in good feelings into life, and that's what this new moon is offering you. 21st, Sun is in the 6th. Okay, and the 26th, Mercury moves into the 6th. This is a lot about your physical health and, taking time to be aware of that, especially with the sun there. It highlights, taking care of yourself, looking after your physical, mental, emotional self. The sun gives you opportunities and vitality. Mercury has you thinking a lot about information when it comes to how you can take care of your health a lot better. On the 30th, Neptune will retrograde for you, and this is just reassessing your sense of values and what's important to you. Okay, rose-tinted glasses is when Neptune is direct. When it retrogrades, we have the rose-tinted glasses off and really can reassess what's important within our lives and what we hold of value going forward. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful June.